I'm going to talk to you about the turning point in your ex's mind. And this is when they can start to think that the breakup was a mistake. And it doesn't happen every time, but when it does, it usually happens like this. Number one, silence no longer feels like power. And I'm talking about their silence because right after the breakup, a lot of times they will ignore you. You're reaching out, just wanting to have a conversation, seeing if this can be worked out, seeing if they are mature enough to actually try to see what can be done, and yet they don't even want to talk about it, which is really a heartless thing to do with someone who's in love with them and wants to work out the relationship. But they do this and they think that that silence is because they are strong, because they are powerful, because they are more attractive than you and you want them so bad, but they don't want you anymore. That's the assumption after a breakup for the first part of it, especially when they are in the relief stage. I talk about the stages that an ex goes through in a breakup and during no contact in my video about that, and I'll link to that in the description below. But when they get out of the relief stage, there are other stages, and the next one is curiosity, and that's usually when they can start down this path, and they start to see that the silence is actually not necessarily only from their side, that you are making no effort either. And they start asking themselves, what exactly does this mean? And I'm going to get into more of that in just a second. But they at least can no longer assume that the silence is their strength. Now they have to start entertaining the idea and even seeing it and understanding that silence is now your strength, that you are the one who is no longer pursuing, no longer chasing, begging, or pleading, and that you have stopped your efforts to reunite with them. And that can be quite the impression on them. And it's when they can start to see that that silence is no longer representing power. Number two in my list of the turning point in your ex's mind is when it looks like to them that their assumptions are wrong. And the assumptions I'm talking about here are that you are suffering still, that you are miserable, that you can't move on, that you won't move on, that you will always be an option for them. And one way you can do that is don't pout on social media. It amazes me the number of people I speak to on coaching sessions, and you can book one of those with me at myexbackcoach.com. That's myexbackcoach.com for a coaching session with me or a coach on my staff. But people will post things on social media. They'll say, it sure is disappointing when someone lets you down. Or they'll say, it's been such a difficult month or year or whatever. It's something that your ex would recognize is pain related to them breaking up with you. And when they see that, it just enables them to continue with the breakup because they know you're still hurting. You're still focused on them. You're still hoping it works out so they can do whatever they want with whoever they want. And if they ever decide to come back, you are like a safety net that they can go back to. You have to remove the safety net so that they actually have to face the consequences of their actions, which I know consequences are a very unique thing nowadays. People avoid them and get out of them all the time. But you want to make sure that your ex does not avoid the consequences. And one of those is realizing that you are not a backup plan for them anymore. And that assumption that is almost instinctive when someone breaks up with another person, because when you break up with someone, no matter what excuse you give them about having to work on yourself or you're not ready for whatever, the person doing the dumping feels more attractive because they are dismissing the other person. It is a moment where they will feel more attractive. Even if their intentions are good and they don't want to hurt your feelings and they still care about you as a person, they will feel more attractive when they start to think their assumption is wrong. And it's not necessarily a worded assumption in their mind. It's more of an instinctive feeling that they are more attractive, that they could always get you back. When that doesn't seem to be the case, or at least it's had holes poked in it, and to them, it might not be true, that's when they can reach a turning point in their mind. And it can be a beautiful thing because now they are firmly in that curiosity stage and they are headed toward the next stage, which is concern. And again, I talk about those in that video that's in the description below. You can watch it after this one. But your silence, not pouting on social media and not overposting either, not checking on them with their friends, just refusing to participate in their life anymore, and you not showing any curiosity is what can usher them into this part of it. Before I get to number 3, get more information on my emergency breakup kit. You can do that at myexbackcoach.com/EBK. That's myexbackcoach.com/EBK. It's a powerful guide to help you get your ex back. It walks you through it. It tells you what to look out for, tells you what to do, and you can get it at myexbackcoach.com. Also, if you are married, get my free mini course on saving a marriage. That's at marriageradio.com under the marriage help tab. You can get the free mini course on saving your marriage. If you want to book a coaching session with me or a coach on my staff, you can go to myexbackcoach.com and you will see the coaching tab. Thank you for listening to my commercial and for your support. Number 3 on my turning point list is when they realize you might have let go. And this may sound basic in general, but hear me out. I've spoken to many people who have done the dumping who will tell me that when they actually stopped and thought about it, that they had this feeling that the person they broke up with would just always be there and available. And that's what we tend to think when we dismiss something. We lower its value in our mind. It's just kind of a basic thing we do as humans. And when we lower the value of something, we tend to think that it will always be an option because it's not considered as valuable and it seems cheaper. And so we just assume we can always do that. And there is this quiet assumption that nobody talks about, that the dumper thinks. And I know that they think it because they tell me that they actually consciously thought, well, I could always go back. I'm sure they would be happy to have me, usually because of how you respond after the breakup. There's begging, there's pleading, there's sorrow. They feel badly that they've hurt you. They actually think I would be doing them such a favor if I came back. Imagine how excited they would be to get me back. That's what a lot of them really and truly think. It is such an arrogant thing, but they do think it. And many people who are on coaching sessions with me trying to get their ex back have broken up with people in the past, and they will even tell me, yes, I thought that as well. So when they actually see some kind of evidence that you might have let go, it can be quite a shock because in many ways, the foundation of them moving forward with their life after a breakup is built on the idea they have this safety net, this backup plan of you. So you want to know how to show them that you've let go? Well, for starters, do not contact them. Do not participate in their life. Do not post sad things on social media. And do not post overly happy things either. And don't post a picture of you going out with somebody because they will often assume, remember, there is an arrogance that the dumper takes on when they break up with you, that they assume you will always be attracted to them. And so if they see you doing things that look like you might be trying to get their attention, that's what they will assume you are doing. And if you do that, it just enables them further to continue in the breakup. The best thing you can do is to embrace mystery and be silent. Let them wonder about you, which actually has an added benefit in that they can become kind of preoccupied with you because they're not getting any details or information about you, whereas before they had emotional intimacy with you. They knew what was going on in your life day to day. They knew what you were feeling, thinking, and they got to see you on a regular basis. And when that's not happening anymore, and when they can't get information any other way because you two are broken up, you become a mystery and you become something that they can kind of become preoccupied and maybe even obsessed with in their mind because they're getting no details on you. And that's why in actual legitimate studies, over 80% of people admit that they have looked their ex up on social media. So it happens. So what you are doing, what you are showing on social media is actually quite important. So one option, you don't have to post anything. That's called radio silence. And yes, it does have its benefits, but in some cases, the person can kind of think maybe that you were in shock or that you were just too sad to post anything. Now, that's not the majority of the time. That's why radio silence does have its place. And I usually recommend that you do that for a little bit of time, maybe 2 weeks. But one of the best things you can do is post pictures of you in a group of people where there is mixed company. That way, it doesn't look like you're trying to post a picture with somebody else and it looks romantic and your ex thinks, oh, they're trying to make me jealous, which can usually blow up in your face. Don't try for that. And don't post more than you normally do. If all of a sudden you go from 1 post every week to 2 posts a day with you out with groups of people, it will look obvious that you're trying to get their attention. So stay somewhat close to the amount that you would normally post. And some of those posts, somewhere around 30%, maybe 40%, should be or could be you in groups of people out having a good time. Or maybe it's just at your house having a good time. It doesn't have to be at some club or out somewhere. It can just be something outside, at a game, at your place, at someone else's place, a group of people just having a good time. Maybe an old-fashioned pizza party. But we want your ex to see that you are being social, that there are potential romantic partners around you, so that they will look and they will wonder, is that person interested in him? Is that person interested in her? Let them wonder, because that's what can create preoccupation. And the more that they think about you like that and wonder and try to figure you out, it actually sparks attraction. And you want a ton of that. Number 4 on my list, your ex will experience the right decision burden, which, unless you were an absolutely terrible partner, selfish, the relationship was imbalanced, they didn't feel like you made them feel special or desired or wanted, and that it was one-sided, things like that, or you would have terrible fits of anger, or you were abusive, or things like that, then they can look back at some of the good of the relationship and they can actually see this was a good relationship. And yes, my feelings may have fallen, but maybe that just happens, especially if they've had other relationships where it happened. Because, by the way, feelings will always fade. That's the fireworks, the sky-high emotions. Those will fade, and people often mistake that peace for boredom. And by the way, feelings will always fade as far as those sky-high, passionate limerence feelings. They will fade. And people often mistake that for boredom when really what it is peace and commitment. And if it was based on feelings fading, if they at least can come to this conclusion on their own, or even if someone who's older, wiser, more experienced can tell them that all relationships will lose that initial honeymoon phase, the fireworks will dissipate, and that that's normal, and that it's based on that phase bringing the two of you together to want to move forward and to create intimacy and this feeling of family. If they can start thinking along those lines, maybe not with those words, but they can at least start to think that maybe their decision was not the right one. That's really all it takes. Just get them in the right direction. And then the fact that they're not hearing from you, that maybe they're seeing some of those posts on social media with you in groups of people and things like that to make them have fear of replacement. All these things that I'm talking about can really start to pile on, and it can definitely be a turning point in your ex's mind. Number 5, the fear of replacement. And this, again, is something that tends to happen on the back of all these other things, where they see your silence, they feel your silence, they recognize that on social media you do seem to be being social, and they can think, is she interested in these other people? And that will often cause them to think about the beginning of their relationship with you. And they think, well, we had a great time. He was attractive. She was attractive. I wanted to be with this person, so other people will too. And it's such a natural thing when you don't hear from someone. The fear of replacement is such a logical next step, because they do realize that you will not stay single forever. You've proven to them you can stay away. You can refrain from contacting them. And they even wonder, do you have interest anymore? And they start to fear being replaced, that what was theirs could be taken. And you may think, well, they don't feel that I'm theirs. They don't, but they do, because if they think of you as a backup plan, if they think that you will always have interest, then it is very similar to feeling like you were theirs, like they put a bookmark where they broke up with you, and they can go back to it whenever they want. Once that illusion is shattered by the fear of replacement, you are on the fast track to this person making the move, reaching out to you, casually at first, but feeling that they must because they fear replacement. Remember to get more information on my emergency breakup kit at myexbackcoach.com/EBK. And you can book a coaching session with me or a coach on my staff there as well. As always, thank you for watching. If you like this video, please click the thumbs up and leave a comment if something impacted you or if you have a question. And please share this with someone who's going through a breakup. This has been Coach Lee, and as always, thank you for watching.